Hey everyone, it's Derek here with another video, and today we're talking about full self-driving again, and we're talking about version 12.3.3. So here on my Tesla Model 3 currently, we have 12.3.3, and we have an upgrade that we're waiting, and it's 12.3.4. So we're going to go ahead and do a test. Now, the issue currently is that my typical test that I have is now rerouting me to a different way, which is a problem because then I can't replicate this over and over again. Now, because the way that Tesla is setting up their trip to do like the fastest trip versus the not so fast trip, I have to basically figure out a way for me to do the same route, but basically change the route in the middle of it. So you'll watch me do this while I'm trying to test this out to try to mimic the same route. We might end up changing the route just because if I can't replicate it over and over again, then it sort of beats the point. But Tesla is continuously changing their things, and this is one of those things that they're changing, which is kind of annoying to me. But either way, it's fine. I think for rerouting and different things like that, it's good to have. But with this, I'm going to test this out and see if we can do this for this test and the next test as well. Another thing that we're going to do also is we're going to try to set it up like a robotaxi in that we want to have it route to and from another spot and see how it does it. If it'll keep going, if it'll essentially stop and then keep going as similar to what you would see with a taxi stop or an Uber or what have you. So that's also something that we're going to check and test as well if it can do something similar to that. So let's go ahead and start it up. Okay. We're off and running. Oh, that's something that I might do too, is turn off the, I'm gonna turn that off really quick here. Where is it? Ooh, random phantom brake. Where is it? Safety? There you go. No. There we go. Yes, I know. Stop that. It'll still do this fork here, so we'll see what it does here. Okay. And we stay on the right side this time, and then we will be making a left further up. Wish I can change this. So it is putting me in the left lane, similar to as if I was making this left turn here. You can see here, keep an eye out for this here. So usually we make that left turn into the mall parking lot, but we're no longer doing that. Find the new standard here. Pretty hard regen there. I'm making a left here. Let's see if it'll make this light. It's going 26 miles an hour. The max is 35. It's just gonna go straight through. That was a red light. Okay. So we get a ticket. We can blame it on Elon Musk. It's on his tab. So this ends up making things a little bit less complicated in that we don't go through the mall and go through sort of less of the, let's say, less marked streets and roads. So, I mean, in general, I never really understood why it went through the parking lot, like navigation wise. So to me, I feel like this makes more sense, but again, I don't really know and understand like if that would save time or not. I just followed it because it said it would save time, but it really didn't. But something else to look at here is the speed that we're going at. So the max is set to 47, and based on the auto, like having it set to auto, so you can see here also, it sees the road 60, and then it sets the speed limit to 60. So it's never, like, it's always done this pretty poorly in the detection of the speed limit, but I mean, it usually says speed limit, and then, so you can tell that it can't really see all of the signs well enough. This is where we usually made the left turn here, so, you know, it certainly reduces the amount of complexity that it would normally go through. Now it changed the speed limit back to 53. So there's an emergency car on the right here, so we'll see what this does here. There's people working. Seems clear, but you know, we went past at 48. Max again is set to 53. I'm going to move it up to 55. And based on like the traffic, if cars are also going the same, like faster speeds, it looks like it'll go faster. But right now I cannot force it to go any faster. The only way that I would actually be able to do that if I switch it just to normal, like cruise control. But there's a car coming up a little bit behind me, so maybe it'll go a little bit faster. And it looks like we'll hit this light here on our right turn. Okay. Right turn signal early enough. We're slowing down pretty like early, I feel like, but it is gradual, so it's more comfortable, I think. Okay, green light, go ahead. Made the turn, no big deal. 17 miles an hour. Accelerating here. So the speed set to 55. We're currently going 44. And this was my main complaint with the new V12, was that it wouldn't speed up to the max that I set it to. So right now it's just hovering in between. It's 47. It's still over the speed limit, so not too bad, but I don't know. See, you can see it's like speeding up, but I'm not entirely sure what the logic is around this. Like it's not going up to the max speed that I set, but it's going up to 53. So I don't particularly know why it's not going to the max speed, but it's interesting what the logic around it is. Okay, we're slowing down for the left turn. It's slowing down a little bit prematurely. Okay, now it's regenning pretty hard. Complete stop. Making that left turn. There's a car oncoming here. Good left turn. No complaints there. I think on the slowdown there was an abruptness to it that was not super smooth, so I would want that to be more smooth. Another thing to note is you can now turn auto brights off, so that's something that's nice. Previously it locked you in and it required you to have auto brights and your windshield wipers on auto as well. It's prematurely slowing down. I don't really know why. It's slowing down to 36 miles an hour. We're not even at the roundabout yet. 36, 30, 27. Like, I don't know why it's doing this. Slowed down real hard there. 21, making that turn. There's no traffic here, so no big issues there. Okay, now speeding up. It's just too jerky in that it speeds you up and then slows you down. Like you're just like a piece of meat. Okay. Slowing down for this right-hander. And then back into the neighborhood. Pretty good, pretty good. Good right turn. We'll see how it handles this now. This has been good since it moved to version 12. So I haven't had too many complaints here. But we'll see. I already programmed in the next stop, so we'll program in that home button and we'll see how it does. Got a max set to 24. It's currently going 21. In the neighborhood, it's being more cautious, which is fine. I think this is one of the good upgrades that it has done, limiting you to a certain speed when you're in a neighborhood. I think that's good. And good, you can't set it to like 45 and have it go 45 in this, you know, really residential neighborhood, so. Okay. This is we're finishing in, and we're finished. Navigate on autopilot is finishing. Is it just going to continue? What is it going to do? Is it going to have me trigger a continue? Okay. It stops. It says 50 feet autopilot ending. So usually this is where we get triggered to like continue, but it's not giving me anything here to continue. Maybe if I push the accelerator. Okay, I tapped the accelerator a little bit and then it kept going. Now we're going to continue it or no? Nope, it's wanting to make a U-turn. So this is interesting. I'm not sure why it's doing this, but we'll cancel the trip here and put it out of its misery. And then we will navigate back to where we just came from. Okay, let's make sure this is the right way. All right, so this one will get us through the mall parking lot. Okay, now we're off. Now it says the speed limit is 10 miles an hour. Interesting. Move that up to 15, maybe 20. I think it's fine to have it set to 10, depending on how fast it'll go here. It's going to move up to 20-ish, maybe. Okay. It's handling this well. It just didn't handle the continue portion of the trip. Yeah, that was the funny part. It set a new max to 25, and then it just sped up to it really quickly. All right, we have left turn here. Should creep up a bit to get better visibility. Good. No cars out. It's 11:43 at night. Again, the balance here that it's just going back and forth is just not comfortable. Again, I've said this before. It has a G meter in terms of like seeing how much you're lunging forward and backwards. It should find a nice, comfortable setting and make sure that it does, like right now it's way too much regen. And it's braking way too much for this. Should be going a little bit faster into that and braking a little bit less. But again, handling this well. Ooh, hugging that really well there. Okay, and then accelerating out pretty quickly. It's just like, when I'm driving, I know what it's going to do, or what the car is going to do. When it is driving, have no idea. So it's just not comfortable with me jerking back and forth. So I think that's certainly something that needs to be worked on, is the comfort and making sure that passengers are comfortable. Because it's one thing getting you from point A to point B without it touching anything, but it's another thing if you have a bunch of people vomiting out the car window if the ride is not comfortable at all. That's also a complaint that we usually make for like Uber drivers and what have you. Okay, slowing down pretty early here. Slowing down again. Again, a lot of regen here. Right turn at the stop sign. Okay. Good. Hugging in that real corner, like going over the white line, I'm not sure. It's always done that a little bit. I'm not sure why it does that. I'm not sure if it's just weary of the oncoming traffic and trying to steer clear of that, but don't understand that particular logic either. Again, looking at the speed, it's going 50. I have it set to 53 as the automatic offset, so I'm not entirely sure why it's not going 53. The roads are very clear, there's a lot of visibility, auto brights are on. Now, going over this hump may be a different story. I feel like it should definitely slow up over the hump if it can't see. Now we're starting to be able to see. But some of those roads are blind, and then there's like a turn or a hump or something like that. So it's good to be cautious on those. But we'll see how it handles this left turn up here at the light. It's handled this in a multitude of different ways. Alright, slowing down. Left turn signal. It's getting in when it's open, so this is good. It should turn off the signal as we're going further. But that's okay. I think this is how you should technically do this by the book. You should get into the lane when it opens up and there's no solid white line or dotted lines, and then get into the lane and then stay into the lane until you hit the light. All right, left turn here. Good. A little bit wide, but okay. Not bad. Accelerating pretty quickly here. 46 is the number. 48. Again, still hovering there, not moving any faster, which is, again, strange. Okay, randomly phantom braking there. Should be, suddenly the speed limit went down to 35. Speed limit randomly went down to 35 instead of staying at 45. I think it saw a construction sign, that's why it was doing that. Alright, should get into the right lane here. This is the first time that it stayed in the right lane for that long. Should also move into the further right lane. And that hesitated there, so now we're not in the right lane, so that's not good. Now it's going to merge in the middle of this, so we didn't quite get into that. So that would still be something that you can technically get a ticket for. Alright, making this right turn. It has stopped here before, even with a green light, but I think it's going to go through. Last version it went through this, and then 2 left turns, or left lane merges. Good. No issues there. And then we will hit this left turn at the light here. Again, it's only going 40 miles an hour, and then it's braking pretty hard here. to 30. Like, this is one of the things that annoys me is like, if you're trying to get the left turn signal, you would always miss it. And most people will try to get that, so. All right, we got the green. This guy's pulling a U-turn, which is also illegal. All right, left turn. And right merge. Oh, that was something that I just thought of, is if we want to take the same route, we can put points here to make it do the same route. But yeah, it's annoying that I can't replicate it just by using the navigation like I've done for the last like few years. All right, making this right turn. Good, no complaints. Just a little bit slow on that, but overall, V12 is definitely more conservative. All right, we'll see how it handles this here. We usually go like around 38-ish in this portion. See how the computer wants to take it. Looks like it's sticking around 33 as the max, but not moving up to 38, which is my max set. So kind of annoying. 33. This is a neighborhood road. There's only one sidewalk. It's all the way on the left side. Okay. All right, crosswalks. No brake checks. That's good. And final right turn. And then we'll wrap it up. Not full stop, but it's still going. All right, and we'll see if it does the left turn. Yep, it does the left turn merge here. Good. Look at that. So a lot of people have been asking me about my thoughts on full self-driving and V12. It is certainly better. There's still a lot of kinks to work out. Like it's braking here. It does not need to brake for the train tracks. There's certain vehicles that do require stopping at that, but in general, it's definitely a big step in the right direction. Now, is it safer? All these other things, like, it's hard to tell. I think Tesla's going to end up coming out with statistics and saying, you know, this is how many miles people have driven with full self-driving, but let's be honest, like, people typically aren't doing this on their daily lives and their daily drives. So that's one thing to note, is that, you know, it's not really doing all those things, and it's not doing the typical thing that it would be doing if you're commuting. I've done this trip to Chicago. It bugs out when you go into Lower Wacker, so that's something to take note of, is that if you suddenly run into an issue where you get no service, it won't work. So that's something to take note of as well. Also, something to take note of is if you really want the system to go bugging out, what you do is you put it into full self-driving mode here, and then you take off your seatbelt. And then it turns on the hazards, and then it slows you down. And so yeah, if you're ever wondering what the forward collision warning sounds like, that's what it sounds like. But anyways, that's a wrap up. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.